Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Salcido. Welcome to my week 3 multimedia discussion for MPA 590 for neoclassical theories. In this presentation, I'm going to be reviewing two themes that I've noticed for the neoclassical theories. For the first theme, it is motivation. For the second theme, it is compliance. And then I want to review how these two themes have an impact on the task force. One of the first themes that I found was motivation. After reading the different articles that we had for the week, motivation does have a big impact on organizations and in the workplace. So employees do feel empowered to actually do what's expected and comply with what's ordered by them. And in Follett and the giving orders through the classics public administration. She's stating that, when we're depersonalizing the orders, it's it doesn't create a great business. These orders that we give, like we have to have some type of relationship with the employees for them to feel confident in the orders that are given. And by that, that's going to be motivating our employees to do what's expected. And with that, Mayo was actually to take this idea into actual place based on the Hawthorne effect. So even though his is more of a psychological um, ideology, he put it into place, and because of that, he was actually able to establish a new training method, which is founded on page 167 of the organization theory by Thompson. So that just goes into place that motivation is needed in the workplace, and in order for that motivation to continue, there needs to be an open relationship between the managers and employees, so employees can continue to do what's expected and feel good working in the workplace. For our second theme, we do have compliance. Compliance is basically when there's rules and regulations that need to be adhered by the employees in order for the organization to be functional. So Fayol, he does kind of go into on page 98 in the organization theory and public administration, just to explain that managers, they need to forecast, plan, and organize. He's basically just establishing that this is what's needed in a top-down organization for organizations to be functional, especially for workers to comply with. Mooney further goes beyond that, just adding on that coordination and hierarchy is very important, which is on page 106. He states that there is a need for hierarchy for employees to understand uh, what is required, because there is one boss who makes all these decisions, and it doesn't confuse the employees. It's giving the employees the right direction because of that manager that is in place giving out those instructions. Gulick actually takes it a little bit further on page 112 on the classics of public administration. He explains what POSCorp is. And this helps to ensure that managers in the top down organization um, follow that process to ensure effectively um, the employees are following through to comply with everything that's actually needed, and it doesn't confuse anyone with like the different hierarchies or what the manager should or should not do. It's a straight process that's actually needed to be followed. For the two themes, motivation and compliance, they do have an impact on the task force. So, for instance, Petrie in the organizational communications, he actually explains in this article that that human interactions is needed, especially to be on a compassion level, which inspired other artists, theorists like Chester Barnard, just to continue that open dialogue. So in the task force, open dialogue is definitely needed just because there's different programs that are being worked, different welfare programs that are being worked on. So there needs to be this open communication between all the workers. And it has to be done openly and respectfully. So in order for the task force to actually take on the work, to feel okay, we can do this together, and to have that open relationship with their manager as well. If they have any problems, if they have any questions, if just to feel comfortable to speak to their higher ups, to ensure the work is actually being done properly, which if there is that open dialogue, that human relationship, then that actually allows workers to just motivate themselves to feel good in the workplace and continue doing their work. Same thing for compliance. Compliance is a very big thing, especially for DPSS. So, Brunson in The Sum of Effects of Fayolism, he just kind of explains that how Fayelism created perspective for him, that there's needed for a top-down organization, which is heavily needed because everything that the fraud early detection unit's going to be doing, it's going to be solely based on the policies and regulations that's been implemented by the federal government. And that was the end of the presentation. Thank you guys very much for listening. I hope you guys have a great week.